Hey guys, it's Jonah, and today I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Voice Knockouts Part 1 from last Monday and rank the performers from 12 up to 1 and where I think that they landed based off of only their performance from today or from the knockout round. Nothing about the battles or the blind auditions or where I see them, how far I see them going. It's just only based off of how I think they did in the knockouts only. So some people may be lower than I think they'll end up doing on the act for the rest of the season, and some people maybe higher. I'm just making sure you guys know that I'm not saying that I think they're going to finish worse than somebody else or better than somebody else. It's just where I think that they did for that night. And um, before I get into these rankings, I just want to say these rankings are just my personal opinions. I think anybody that makes it to the knockout stage, even gets on the show in general, has to be a talented person and a singer. But obviously stuff happens, life happens, nerves can happen, some pitch problems can happen because of nerves. It's just stuff like that. That's the reason why some people are ranked higher than others and lower than others. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So at 12, I have Cam Spinks here. So Cam sang Rumor in his knockout, and he went up against Todd. He had to sing second after Todd. So I think it was a safe song choice in my opinion. He has a decent, like, average country voice. Like, it's not bad or anything like that. But I think he needed to, in order to win against Todd, he had to take more risks than he did. I think he should have taken picked a bolder song choice for his voice to show off more and that he's wants to stay in the competition. And I think he had some pitch problems that may have been brought up by a nerve, maybe because he knew he had to step up his game a little bit to follow up Todd, who is an insanely good performer. But either way, he didn't step up as well as Todd did, and that's why Todd won the knockout, and that's why I have him at 12th here, because I think he had a lot of pitch problems. It was just not a really good song choice, and I feel like he did have some good qualities about his voice. He has some runs here and there. He has a kind of a nice raps country tone in his voice, but I don't know. It just wasn't his night, which is okay. Hopefully he continues his career and doesn't let this knockout loss derail him. Okay, so at 11th we have Tate Brusa. So he has a really, really unique tone with his tone, and he has a really high, when his higher range, he has a really nice rasp quality that I really like about his voice, and it's just something that is just unteachable, and he has a really good he has like a star quality to his voice, but at the same time I think he needs to develop more because he is younger, so he knows how to emote into a song, but it's just a matter of the technical point of it, of staying on pitch and not losing yourself into the song, which I think is what happened with him. So, I mean, he's a very talented person. He's a gifted musician. He can sing, he can play piano, and he can play guitar. And I'm not sure if he may be able to play other instruments also. But yeah, I think also he had to follow Roderick. And Roderick, he was, I think, one of the better performers of the night. And I think he probably just knew he had to step up his game a little bit, Tate-wise, and just had some nerves come about a little bit and had some pitch issues. But I do think that that Roderick did win the battle or the knockout. But I also think that Tate shouldn't give up on Tate should not give up, and he should continue pursuing a music career in the industry. I think he can be really successful if he just puts his mind to it and stays true to himself and just keeps up that unique tone and rasp that he has in his voice. So yeah. So at 10, I have Levi Watkins. So Levi is a really, really mature singer, and I feel like he was this close to winning his knockout. I do agree with Blake that Joey should have won. I know some people may think that Levi should have won because he's very mature sounding for his age, but this is like the voice. It's not about like age in the voice. It's just the voice, and I think that Joey's voice is a little better than Levi's. I think Levi needs to develop a better stage presence because I think that Joey worked the stage a little bit more. She has a little more experience under her belt, and like, I don't know, man, but he's mature and he's 14. He wasn't nervous at all. Like, throughout his time on the show, he had like no pitch problems from what I heard. It's really amazing to me that he can do all of that at such a young age. Like, he is bold. He has courage to do that. Like, I'm not sure if I could do that when I was 14 years old. I'm not sure if I would have the confidence and the guts to step up onto that stage, sing in front of millions of people, and have no pitch problems at all. Like what John said, he was waiting for him to have a pitch issue in the battle round, and he never did, because he's talented. He has some experience. He has enough experience to not have pitch problems, and he has a lot of confidence for his age. And I really liked his guitar solo at the end there. That was really awesome. And another thing I like about Levi is that the song choice, because he sang a song that like talks about going to jail and like being a runaway and all that stuff. As a 14-year-old, to sing that song and like know the meaning of it and just know the song in general, he has to have a great knowledge of music, which I love about him. But yeah, it sucks that his time's coming to an end on the show, but he has a great career ahead of him. He's only 14 years old. He'll be fine. He'll do great things. And I can't wait to see what he does in the future years. So yeah, so at 9, I have Darius Lyles. So he has a really smoothing quality to his voice, and that's what I like about him. He has a very large range. He can switch from a higher part of his voice to a lower part of his voice. He has some really nice runs, and I feel like every single time you hear him sing, you can connect with him, and he has a very good stage presence about him. He has a really versatile voice, and he has a lot of control with it too. And he has like I said, he has a really good range. He's a nice falsetto. But I'm not sure. There's something missing about him. I'm not sure what it is. But whenever I hear him sing, I'm like, I like it. But I'm not sure if he has that star quality that I'm personally like looking for in a voice when I watch this show. And I found it interesting that during the comments, Blake and Nick both picked Darius to win the knockout, which I was kind of surprised about, because when I thought that Mike was the winner, and obviously John agreed, but I'm going to say like Darius didn't deserve to win, but at the same time, I do think Mike was more deserving. But I found it interesting that kind of like John's reactions to them picking Darius. I think he was kind of surprised himself, even after like when Blake said it specifically. He had a really like kind of, I'm not sure if it was like a disgusted look, or kind of like just a weird surprised look on his face when Blake said that. So I'm not sure if obviously I'm not sure what John thought of Darius's knockout truly or not, but whatever he did, he thought that might deserve to win. But yeah, Darius, he had a great run on the show. He's a really nice voice, and I hope that he continues pursuing his dream. So at 8, we have Joey Fulco. So now we're getting into the people who won their knockouts. So Joey, she's a really interesting voice, and she's only ranked this low because I don't know. I just liked the other 7 better. But like, I think she has the potential to go pretty far on the show with like a really country tone in her voice. Because obviously, country fans love the voice. That's a huge reason why I think she can go far. And she's on Team Blake, and she's a really unique quality to her voice. She has a nice rasp at the top. She can sing country, but she also is versatile, and I think she can do rock and roll also. Like, she's in her battle round. That was like she did one against Tobacco Hall, and there was a more rock and roll song, and I like that she's versatile. She showed a more softer side to her voice in the knockout than she's shown in previous performances, and I do think that she won because of her experience and her ability to work the stage better. She can connect more with the audience, and she smiles. She's supposed to smile. She has a nice, soft, kind of like serious vibe when she needs to do that too. I love that about her. She has a lot of power with her voice, and I like how she shows a different side of her every single time she performs, because I think that's what makes a good singer, is that you don't want to be predictable. You want to be surprising. You want to be fresh with what you're doing. And I think she had no pitch problems that I heard, a beautiful tone, a large range. Yes, I think she can. Blake seems going to be seriously good this year going into the lives, and I don't know who is going to come up on top in that. Out of the 4 people, maybe even 5 if Todd wins the save. So that'd be very interesting to watch. So at 7, I think this is probably the most surprising one that people are probably going to think when they watch this, is Joanna. I have her at 7. And when I was watching her performance, like, I was expecting a lot. I kind of figured it was the last one of the night, so I was like expecting a lot, like steel-wise. And I don't know, she's a really nice tone and range. She can do a lot of those like runs, and has some really good switches from her chest to head voice. and she can emote what she's feeling and when she's singing about. But at the same time, I feel like she's very technical with what she does, and I think she's concerned more about the notes than she is about emoting sometimes. And I felt like throughout that song choice, it was a little pushed. I'm not sure if anyone else agrees with me or not, but I thought it was a little push with her. I mean, it was good, but sometimes I felt a little push that she was about to lose pitch a couple of her phrases. But I'm not sure. I kind of just expected more from her. I mean, I do agree that she should be stolen because she has the potential to reach the finale was because of her like unique sound quality and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that Zan should have won that battle or that knockout. But yeah, I've expected more from her, but I do think that she has potential to reach the finale, and I can't wait to see more from her. So at 6, I have Mike Jarrell. So Mike's audition, I think, was top 5 for me. And then his battle round, I don't know. I felt like there was some pitch issues for both him and Zach Day. And I didn't really connect with either one of them. I was glad Mike won. I thought he was a little better, like just like technical-wise with his voice. But I wasn't sure what to expect going into his knockout performance, and I loved it. Like I was genuinely surprised in a good way. He had a really nice tone. Like his tone is just unteachable. He's a really high pitched voice, which I like. And not a lot of people. I'm sure some people don't like that, but I love it. She has really nice runs that he puts in there. He can emote to the song, and it seems like every single time you think he's done range wise, he just goes higher and higher and higher. And he was one of my favorites in the knockouts because of that. And I think that John picked him over Darius because of he said that he had a little it factor in his voice. He's electric, exceptional, and exciting, I think is what he said about him. And I agree. I think he has that it factor over Darius, and that's why I think I would have picked Mike in that knockout, because I liked him a little bit more from the it factor perspective, and he has something that I think can propel him far into the competition. So yeah. So at 5, I have Roderick Chambers. And Roderick, I think, if I'm just going off of like surprises of the night, he would be my top 2. I think, yeah, but I think I'm maybe even 1. But yeah, I've been underrating him this whole competition. Like I think I put him like low teens, like 16, 17, 18 in my power rankings after the battle round. And he surprised me. He has a really nice falsetto. He's a head falsetto, and like Kelly said, he has a really nice chest falsetto that you don't see a lot. He can switch from his head voice to his chest voice with ease, and like go back up to his falsetto with ease. He has a really amazing quality to his voice that I like. His mixed voice is what I like the most, and I think it's just amazing. He has a really nice tone. He has experience under his belt. And he can work the stage in a way that one of the better ones on the show. And he can do really good technical things with his voice. That like the small things that he does, like phrasing, the quick little runs he does, the switches from head to falsetto, or from chest to falsetto, my bad. And he can emote, and he's really versatile with his voice. And I think, I'm not sure how far he's going to go in the competition. I'm not sure how America feels about him just yet. But I do think he won that knockout for sure. It's just a matter of what America thinks about him, and that'll propel him, see how far he can go in the competition. But me personally, I think he is a really good singer, and he will definitely be rising in my power rankings this week that I'll release after the Monday knockout rounds, or part 2. But yeah, so I do think that he won the knockout. He definitely surprised me with his song choice and ability to control that falsetto and come back down and not lose pitch. That takes a lot of control and experience to do that in practice. Like that's just insanely good. So I can't wait to see more from him. So at 4, I have Todd Tilghman. Todd, I think, has finale potential. He's on Blake's team. He has a really nice tone. It's not country, but it's not like blues. It's not rock and roll. He's a really good mixture of everything that I love. He has a lot of energy, and he's just happy. He's a happy person, and I think I feel like he's a great person to just like be friends with. And I like how like He can be soft at times, and he can be more powerful, and he can be loose and controlled at the same time. He's a really good juxtaposition to his voice there that I love. And he has a nice growl in his voice, like at time where he's, that's the power I'm talking about. Like he has a growl / rasp in his voice that I love, and the dynamic control is just on another level. He slowed it down at the beginning, as he got farther into the song. He was more loose and had a lot of power, higher, louder to his voice. That it was still amazing, and then towards the end, he brought it back down to show that dynamic control, and I love that about people who can do that. Who they know the moments that they can be, that should be a lot of moments where they should be soft. I think that makes a great singer and a great artist too. So I think, yeah, he has the potential to be in the finale on Team Blake. I think Blake has a great, I think all 4 of his artists have a chance to make the finale this year, but we'll see if it happens or not. I think he'll have at least one. I do think right now, I think I would put 2 of his people in the finale. I'm just not sure who yet. But yeah, that's why I have Todd at 4. And at 3, I have Zan Fiscum. She's another person that I've been underrating a lot in this competition. I liked her. I liked her on Blonde Audition, but I wasn't necessarily amazed by it. And then her battle round, the same thing. I liked it, but I wasn't necessarily amazed by her. But like, so going into the knockouts, when I heard she was going against Joanna, I figured Joanna would win. I thought it would be close. I figured Joanna would win because of her tone, but kind of ironic because Zan was singing the story, but she told a story with the song, and she has a really unique tone and voice. Like John, or not John, but what Blake said is that not only is she a great singer, she's a great artist too, and she's a really good combination between the two. And she can emote with her voice, and she's soft at times. She can be powerful at times, a large range. I think if I had to pick one dark horse in this competition, up to this point, I would say Zan, because I just think she is. I think John agreed with me. That's why she got picked over Joanna here, and I definitely think that people are underrating her. Like, even in the comments on YouTube on this knockout performance, like, people were talking more about Joanna and saying Joanna's gonna thrive on Team Blake. She's gonna make it to the finale. But at the same time, though, no one talked about the winner of the knockout, which was Zan. People just thought that. I saw one comment that said that Joanna, people were not picking her because they think that she has a really good chance to be stolen. Like, I agree with Nick in the battle round, but like in the knockouts, I think Zan clearly won that. No offense to Joanna. Like, Joanna did amazing too. I think Zan outperformed her there. And I do think that Zan will prove people wrong here, but that if she doesn't make it to the finale, it's because people are underrating her as a singer and an artist. So yeah, at 2 here, Cam West. So he is amazing. He is so good. And I don't understand like how I didn't know that going into the knockouts. Like, he has dynamic control for days. He has phrasing that I just love. And his voice, he has a nice tone. He can emote to a song. And he, I think, was the biggest surprise of the knockouts part 1 for me, personally, because I just love his voice. And he makes you feel what he's singing. And, like, his battle round wasn't necessarily, like, the best. I think that, like, John kind of didn't give him a song that showed off how much he can do. That's why I'm so glad that Kelly stole him, because I do think that Kelly didn't know what he was getting, what she was getting in Cam West when she stole him, and it was a really nice surprise for everybody when they watched it. And I don't know who I would have picked between him and Megan Danielle, because they're both so talented people. Like, I'm not sure if I necessarily agree with like Megan. I'm not sure if I disagree either. I mean, like, I'm just glad that both of them are on the show still. And I like that he's back on Team John. Maybe John will get a second chance to keep him around for as long as he can. Obviously, it's America's turn to vote whenever the show comes back on, because of this whole virus thing. But yeah, I think something that may go underrated is how smart he is as a singer, because when he was telling Kelly what the song means to him, he had a really nice take on the song that, like, not like people, he thought it was he kind of thought it was more about faith, which Kelly liked. Like, she never thought about that song that way. Neither did I. And I like that he can think outside the box for meanings of the song. Like, he can think of the complexity of a song and, like, know that it has multiple meanings, which I like. And I think that I'm not sure if I would say he's the best on Team John right now, because obviously John has Thunderstorm. Also, right now, obviously that if it could change on Monday, but I do think that Cam has potential to go to the finale if America wants to vote him through. So at 1 is Megan Danielle. She is one of the most unique people that I've heard on the show in a while. She has a really nice tone to her voice, and something that I think goes underrated is her phrasing. Like, some of her phrases in that song Piece by Piece were just insane. Like, phrasing is where you like get louder and then get softer just in one verse, one like sentence of a song. And I think that she's going to be in the finale. Right now, she's in the finale for me. Like, she's that good of a singer, and she can emote. Kelly loves her. She does the small things with her voice. She doesn't do like the big runs, but she does everything that's needed to do. She's bold with her song choice. Like, she's singing a song that your own coach did that has so much emotion into it. That's bold. That's courageous. And from her battle round into her knockout now, she steps up to the plate when she needs to. And I like that. Like, she doesn't give in to the pressure. She's someone that thrives under pressure, obviously. And she has a nice grasp quality to her voice, like not grasp, growl/rasp in her voice. I just combined them, growl and grasp. But yeah, she was an amazing singer. She has a really good switch to her head and falsetto. I think if she keeps up with the nice song choices, I think she can go far. And just like I said, I think she will be in the finale at the moment. Like, she's in the finale, I think, right now. But yeah. So those are my power rankings, guys. I will be coming out with another reaction video of the Friday sneak peek shortly. I think it was Allegra versus Jacob, from what I saw. So I will be releasing that video shortly. And yeah, I can't wait for Monday, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And then if you guys liked what you heard today, please subscribe down below. And thank you guys for watching. I'll be back Monday.